What's going on, guys? Farzin Vasugian here with you on a Wednesday. The Chief Zone is back. Appreciate you guys tuning in, watching live. A lot of things to go over tonight as the NFL schedule has been released. And I will tell you guys my thoughts on the schedule. Just give you my take on the Chiefs. I will say this. We wanted to do kind of like an instant reaction to the schedule. Unfortunately, a lot of these games just leaked out, and a lot of them were true. There was one incorrect report, but that same reporter, Nate Taylor, did put out a correction tweet. Just made a mistake on the he got week 8 and 10 mixed up, but not that happens. Neither here nor there. So I do know the schedule for the most part. I don't have every single thing down. I know about the Thanksgiving game, like all of you guys do, the Christmas game, the Eagles game in week 2, like those that were already out as the day went on throughout Wednesday. Gradually, some of those games came out. Some of the primetime games really don't make a lot of sense, but we will react to all of that. Also, there is a major update with the Missouri Senate. They just adjourned a little over an hour ago. And it is not good news for the Chiefs and the Royals, specifically for the state of Missouri. It's not over yet, but it is. I mean, they are on the brink of moving on out of Kansas City, Missouri. That's just the reality of it, the way things stand right now. Again, it's not over, but Missouri basically needs a miracle at this point. So we will talk about all of that here on this episode of the Chief Zone podcast. Real quickly, I want to let you know this episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. That is where I go to for all of my sports ticketing needs, whether it's Chiefs football, Royals baseball, Golden Knights hockey. You guys can get KU, MU, K-State tickets. You can get all of your ticketing needs from SeatGeek. And if you want to save $20, new customers can put in my promo code Farzine and save $20 off their first order from SeatGeek by putting in my promo code Farzine. Go to SeatGeek.com, put in your promo code Farzine, and you will save $20 off your first purchase from SeatGeek. All right, guys, let's get into it here. I'm going to go through the schedule. I'll tell you the date, the time, and what network or what streaming service you can watch this on. First game, everyone already knew this. This was the worst kept secret ever. I don't know why the NFL felt the need to withhold this information for as long as they did, but they did. It is the Chiefs at the Chargers in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That'll be a 7 p.m. and all these times are central times, by the way. It's going to be 7 p.m. exclusively on YouTube. I previously thought this was YouTube TV. No, it is exclusively on YouTube. I would imagine it's going to be available on a local channel in Kansas City and in LA. Interesting. YouTube. Not YouTube TV, YouTube. A lot of reports thought that it was going to be YouTube TV. Listen, I'm not a big fan of the international series. I'm just not, although, I'll kind of backpedal a little bit here. I do enjoy those Sunday morning games before the Sunday noon kickoff games. So, yeah, guilty for being a hypocrite there, but I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan, especially divisional games. You're taking divisional games out of the country. I don't know. I can't get behind that. Week 2, it is the Chiefs home opener against the Philadelphia Eagles. That is going to be a 3:25 kickoff game on Fox. It is more than likely going to be America's game of the week on Fox. And I know a lot of people are saying, how is this not a primetime game? My guess is Fox fought really hard to keep this game because 2 years ago, the Chiefs and Eagles played on Monday Night Football at Arrowhead. Now they're playing again at Arrowhead, and this time Fox, they fought pretty hard to keep that game on its network there. By the way, for all the Eagles fans who keep saying, why do we have to go back to Arrowhead right away? Because I'm seeing a lot of Eagles fans say that. Go look up how the NFL scheduling cycle works. It's not easy to explain, but once you read through it and understand how it works, it makes sense. You can tell. I love when people call Chiefs fans bandwagon fans or casuals, yet a lot of the people who do that don't know how the NFL scheduling cycle works. There is a cycle. You play, you play a team opposite of your conference every 4 years, your division every 4 years, other divisions every 4 years within your own conference, but it's a cycle. And then because of a 17th game, you have a fifth non-conference opponent. So that kind of stuff, it varies. But there is a consistent cycle to it. So just look into that when you get a chance. Okay, this is where I start to take issue with the schedule a little bit here. Monday Night Football. This is the Giants home opener in week 3. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs will visit the Giants. Listen, we get some of these random games on primetime. Like the Chiefs, I remember it was Harrison Butker's debut with the Chiefs. The Chiefs and the Redskins at the time played a Monday night game at Arrowhead. That was kind of a weird matchup. Ended up being a good game, but I don't know. That's just a weird matchup. Last year, the Chiefs played the Falcons on Sunday night. They played the Saints on Monday night. They played the Bucks on Monday night. I mean, I could understand Chiefs Bucks if Brady was still playing there on primetime, but I don't know, man. And then this year you have the Giants on Sunday night, the Commanders later on in the season on Monday night. I don't get some of these primetime matchups here. I don't want to see the Chiefs play the Giants on primetime. I don't want to see them play the Commander. Okay, that's kind of a fun matchup, I guess. Jaden Daniels versus Patrick Mahomes. The Lions, yeah, that's another good primetime matchup, but I want to see the Chiefs play the Eagles on primetime, the Ravens, the Raiders. Come on, man. The Bills. By the way, how many times do the Chiefs and Bills keep playing each other on CBS? CBS. I don't know who runs things when it comes to which games they keep and which games they let go to primetime. Boy, whoever is in charge of that for CBS, they have done a damn good job of keeping Chiefs Bills. I'm just trying to think of the Chiefs Bills regular season games. There's only one I can recall on primetime in the Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen era. That was the Sunday night game, the one where the halftime was extended because of the rain and whatnot. That was also the same night you got two super fans going at it. It was really one knocking out the other, but neither here nor there. I don't know. The Giants Sunday night one, like I said last year when I was writing down the schedule, we'll be excited the week of the game. But right now, come on, man, give me a better team. Okay, maybe not a better team, but these primetime games, you got to have somewhat of a rivalry type of game. Like Chiefs Eagles, yeah, they face each other in 2 Super Bowls recently. They had an epic Monday Night Football game not too long ago. But the Giants? Okay. All right. I don't make the schedule. They do. Week 4. Back at Arrowhead, it is going to be the Chiefs and the Ravens to round out the month of September. Chiefs have 4 games in the month of September. And that'll be a 3:25 CBS game. Boy, there are not a lot of noon games in the first half of the season. Week 5, the Chiefs go visit the Jaguars. That is going to be a Monday Night Football game. Interesting. Monday Night Football, week 5. I thought I maybe saw a different report. Bear with me one moment here. Yeah, no, that is accurate. That is accurate. Week 5, Monday Night Football against the Jaguars here. Week 6, the Chiefs return home, and they will play on primetime again for the second week in a row. Props to all you East Coast Chiefs fans, because you guys are going to be staying up to watch these games here. It is going to be the Chiefs and the Lions on Sunday Night Football, their second Sunday Night Football game up to this point. And I think this is the point where they can start to flex games here. So not guaranteed, but usually this early in the season, they don't flex games. Week 7, on October the 19th, the Chiefs will play the Raiders. They will stay at home. This is the second straight home game. This is going to be a 3-game homestand, by the way. This is going to be the first noon kickoff game of the year. It's going to be on CBS. And then a week later, week 8, the Chiefs and the Commanders, Monday Night Football. So 3 primetime games in the span of 4 weeks for the Chiefs. And by the way, the Chiefs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primetime games in the first 8 weeks of the season. That is an NFL record. No team has ever had that. So for a team that's allegedly done with their dynasty, according to Chiefs haters out there, well, good luck. You're going to be watching this team a lot more. They're the highest rated team in football. There's a reason for that. Braden says, boo, I just moved to the East Coast. Oh, Braden, thoughts and prayers for you this football season for those primetime games, because you're going to be up. Quite a lot on Sunday and Monday nights. Week 9, the Chiefs will visit the Buffalo Bills. That is going to be a 3:25 game, and I am almost certain that will be a nationally televised game, just like the Week 2 3:25 Fox game. I would be shocked if it wasn't. Then Week 10, the Chiefs will have their bye week, better than last year when it was Week 6 after the Monday Night Football game against the New Orleans Saints. So the Chiefs going to have their bye week right in the middle of the season, the second week of November. Certainly a good time, kind of reflect on the first half, the first 9 games. See what you can do better. All of that right there. And then move on to the second half of the season. So perfect time to have your bye week. Perfect time. Week 11, the Chiefs will visit the Broncos. That is a 3:25 game. I would not be shocked if that gets flexed to Sunday Night Football, because the way the Broncos are kind of surging right now, I think they're going to make a big step forward. I think the Broncos will be the biggest threat to Kansas City in the AFC West. I know the Chargers made the playoffs last year. I have questions about the Chargers moving on. We can talk about that at a completely different time. After the Broncos in Week 11, it is back at Arrowhead in Week 12 to play the Colts. That is a 12 o'clock kickoff game on November the 23rd. And then this one I'm excited about, because 5 days later, the Chiefs will visit the Dallas Cowboys. Yes. We're in late November here, so you know what that means. The Chiefs will visit the Dallas Cowboys for Thanksgiving. So I'm excited for this one. I will be there. I will be in Dallas. I will be at AT&T Stadium for this game. I'm excited for this one here. That is going to be 3:30 on CBS. And then after all of the Thanksgiving festivities, the Chiefs will have a nice little mini bye, essentially. And they will return on December the 7th. They will play host to the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. Interesting. See, that's a primetime game I'd like to see. You played that team twice last year, a non-divisional team, non-divisional opponent. So, yeah, I mean, I'm down to see the Texans on primetime. Sure, that's good. And then the Chiefs play at home again, this time against the Chargers in mid-December. That's going to be a 12 o'clock kickoff game, the third 12 o'clock kickoff game of the year. The other one is the Colts. I don't think I read that time. And then a week later, another 12 o'clock kickoff game. This one's going to be at Tennessee. I know a lot of Chiefs fans always make that trip to Nashville, so it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, Danny says she's going to be there. That's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be interesting to see Chiefs fans go out there. And listen, no offense, but I don't think the Titans are going to be very good this year. So we'll see what happens. We'll see with Cam Ward what they do, all of that. But that'll be a good game for Chiefs fans to go to. And then we learned about this earlier this week. The Chiefs will play not just Thanksgiving; they will also play on Christmas night. They'll play the Broncos on Thursday Night Football. That will be on Prime Video, 7:15 kickoff for that. Week 18, I am disappointed with the timing of this one. It is the Chiefs at the Raiders in Las Vegas. You guys know I love Vegas. I love going to those Chiefs-Raiders game. I will not be at this one because I don't think the Chiefs are going to have the number 1 seed locked up. But the Chiefs historically under Andy Reid, they've always been in position to rest their starters in Week 18. And not always. The Chiefs have gone to Vegas in Week 18 and actually had to play their starters to get the number 1 seed. But a lot of times we've seen them rest their starters. So I do not want to take the risk. You guys know Vegas is it's a big price to go there. It's a big ticket. So I am going to pass on that one this year, unfortunately. But anyone from Chiefs Kingdom going out there, hey, go rep, because the Raiders, they don't get the Raiders season will be very well over with by Week 18. It will be very well done with. And obviously, because of the way Week 18 works, we don't know the date and times for those games yet. So all of that is to be determined at this time. The 5 games I'm excited for the most. Selfishly, I got to say the Cowboys game, Chiefs at the Cowboys for Thanksgiving, because I think that was a big ask from Chiefs fans, is to play on Thanksgiving. The Broncos on Christmas. I mean, come on. It does look like the Chiefs are going to be a staple on Christmas, at least in the meantime. By the way, the Chiefs, Lions, and Cowboys, they are all going to play on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Interesting. The Eagles game, the Week 2 Eagles game, that I'm very much excited about. And then the Week 1 Chargers game in Brazil to open up the season. It's going to be a Friday night. I'm trying to think, when was the last time the Chiefs played on a Friday night before last year? They played the Raiders on Black Friday last year. Before that, I think the last time was in Miami against the Dolphins. If you guys remember the hurricanes that we had in 2005, Hurricane Katrina was a big one. Miami was expected to get a big one as well. And so they moved the Chiefs-Dolphins game to Friday instead of Sunday, just so everyone could get out of the way, get out of Miami before the hurricane that was scheduled to come on Sunday. I don't remember exactly how. It wasn't as bad as Katrina, but they moved it up a little sooner. So I think those are the 2 most recent times the Chiefs played on Friday. The Miami game in 2005. And when was the other one? Oh, yeah, Black Friday last year. So interesting. And listen, let me just say this, because I'm seeing a lot of content creators and bloggers, podcasters, journalists bitch about the Chiefs playing on Thanksgiving and Christmas. First of all, if you're a podcaster, blogger, content creator like me, chill out. Unless you actually have press credentials to go, which I'll address in a moment. I mean, come on. A lot of you guys are working from home like me. Like, come on. You guys are acting like you guys have to walk to the game. Chill out a bit. For those who are at the game, I mean, listen, this is the industry you chose to be a part of. You knew going into this that there's a chance you could work on holidays. And if this team is as good as they are, you'll be working a lot in January and February. And fortunately for the local media, and I say fortunately because I'm sure they've gotten a lot of clicks out of this, with the playoff games in January, the Super Bowl in February, the parade in February. I know we didn't have one this past year, but we have had a lot of those lately. I mean, that's good for the media. Listen, I have not shied away from the fact that my following has grown ever since the Chiefs have played at a very high level. Yeah. But I've been doing this a very long time as well. Unlike some podcasters who just started up after Mahomes started playing for the Chiefs. But I'll leave that for you guys to discuss. I mean, listen, the only people I feel for are those who, like game day employees, like ushers, people who work in the concession stands, those people. Yeah, I feel for those people. But football players, media members, content creators who work from home, come on, cry me a river. Like you knew what you were getting into. Come on. And listen, I suppose those game day employees, yeah, they did as well, because they knew, hey, if you work during football season, there's a chance you could work on Thanksgiving and Christmas. If that's not something you are willing to do, then don't do it. Because all of these people have other jobs. Because you only work once a day at the stadium as a vendor, usher, whatever. But just have to get that out there. Well, I appreciate that, Danny. Thank you. Mickey says you got a turkey leg. Yeah, I better get one. By the way, anyone that has suggestions for things to do in Dallas, let me know. I got my flight booked. I got my hotel booked. I'm ready, man. I am excited for that Thanksgiving game. As far as places to visit, I have a little list. I'll be in Dallas for a few days, so let me know. Let a brother know where to go. Hook me up and give me the good stuff there. Okay, I do want to get into the breaking news of the evening here. So this week is a very important week for the state of Missouri, specifically for Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County, as they are fighting very hard to try to keep the Chiefs and the Royals. North Kansas City has recently kind of been getting some traction and trying to keep the or get the Royals, I should say, not really focus on the Chiefs, but more so the Royals. Whereas Jackson County, and specifically Casey Moe, their focus is renovating Kansas City, Missouri, as if we haven't already renovated Arrowhead twice. Interesting. I don't know, but that's their decision, not mine. So the governor of Missouri, Governor Kehoe, he has been working very closely with Mayor Quinton Lucas. They are very well in line with what they want for the Chiefs and the Royals. Obviously, for the Royals, they want them to go to Washington Square Park, and for the Chiefs to renovate. Governor Kehoe passed a pitch here, and it was approved fairly well by the Missouri House. Now, in the Missouri House, in that debate, there was one woman, and I don't think they ever showed her name, but she basically spoke up and said, "Hey, we're not working aggressively, and we're not willing to spend as much money on education and mental health, but we're willing to spend money on entertainment in Kansas City." And by the way, some of these Missouri House officials and Senate members, they're like from the St. Louis area, Lake Charles, areas that don't really care about Kansas City, and they couldn't really give a damn about this. They really couldn't. So that's because they have to go back to their constituents and justify this if they're willing to approve of money that the state of Missouri would fund, but would only really impact the east side of Missouri, specifically Kansas City. Well, some big news this evening. The Missouri Senate just adjourned for the 2025 session, according to Charlie Keegan of Channel 41 here in Kansas City. He said that the Missouri Senate did not vote on SB 80, which is the proposal to give breaks to the Chiefs and Royals and potentially the St. Louis Cardinals money for stadium projects. Obviously, for the Royals, it'd be a new stadium, and for the Chiefs, it'd be to renovate Arrowhead Stadium. Charlie Keegan wrote, quote, "The proposal is dead bearing a special session, meaning that Governor Mike Kehoe can call for a special session." Now, let me see. Is there a deadline for that special session? Like, does it have to occur at a certain time? That I don't know, but the Kansas incentives, the Star bonds, are set to expire at the end of June, and I do know that the state of Kansas is not interested in trying to renew those for another year. This just got really interesting, man. I'm telling you right now, it is May 14th, and I've been saying for a while, I'm tired of the speculation. Well, we're starting to get a lot of news now. The wheels turned pretty fast on this story this week. Now, it might go quiet for a couple of weeks. Maybe Governor Mike Kehoe calls for a special session either this week, maybe next week, maybe after Memorial Day weekend. I don't know, but they've got to do it sometime before the end of June, because right now, with the Missouri Senate not voting on this, keep in mind, they didn't reject it. They didn't vote it. So it's kind of like a rejection. I'm telling you right now, with Missouri and specifically Kansas City, Missouri, and trying to keep the Chiefs and the Royals, this is the bottom of the ninth, and they're down by a bunch of runs. You know, in video games, when you got a bunch of lives and you start running out, and you still got several levels to go to the boss, yeah. On those old Super Nintendo games, yeah. Missouri's on its last life. They need a Hail Mary, dozens of Hail Marys in the fourth quarter right now. Missouri took a big step back today. Now, again, it's not over, but listen, here's a starting point. Here's the end point. And that meter is right here to say, time to enter the transfer portal. If you're Arrowhead and Kaufman. I know. I mean, listen, a lot of you guys have memories of that place. I do too. But I do think it is time to move on for the Chiefs. The Royals have, I think the Royals have done more with their renovations that was about 15 years ago than the Chiefs did. The Chiefs added that nice little skybox. Don't get me wrong. The Chiefs have done things as well. They added that big skybox. They have that penthouse suite there. They have the Chiefs Hall of Honor, which is a great addition. It was different. They've definitely revamped the Hall of Honor. But I think in terms of fan experience, like the Royals, I was just at Kauffman Stadium for Star Wars Day at the K. You guys know how big of a Star Wars nerd I am. My brother and I sat at Rival Sports Bar for that game, which is a fun place to go to. Can be a little noisy with the with some of the kids there and whatnot. I do like Craft and Draft way better. That was a new addition for 2015, I believe. So 10 years ago. So I think Kauffman has done a lot more, especially adding seats in the fountain area and whatnot. Like you can actually walk through that back area now. There's a specific name for that area. The outfield experience, I think, is what it's called. There's a lot more to do in that area now. But I'm just looking, and I don't know if I just don't know what the future holds for the Chiefs and the Royals in Missouri right now. I just don't see anything positive coming out of this. Here's the thing. Let's say Governor Mike Kehoe called for a special session. Are you really going to change the minds of these people in the Senate? They don't want to do this. Let me quickly, I'm seeing a couple tweets here. Sam McDowell just tweeted this. A Missouri plan to finance part of the stadium cost for the Chiefs and Royals is dead for now. He added for now. And that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, that it's not over, but man, they're on their last life right now. After the state Senate adjourned without voting on the measure. That is from Sam McDowell of the Kansas City Star. Sam also adds Governor Mike Kehoe could still call for a special session, which we already went over here. Okay, let's say he calls for that either this week, next week, after Memorial Day weekend, anytime before the end of June. What is Governor Mike Kehoe going to do to change the minds of the members of the Senate in the state of Missouri here? They don't seem like they really want to put funding into the Chiefs and the Royals. And even if they did, I'm wondering how much it would be, because Mayor Quinton Lucas mentioned a $400 million plan, which is, they need $1.5 billion more potentially to beat out Kansas's bid. But they would need state help with that. And the Senate doesn't appear like they would like to do that. Does not seem like it. I've been saying for a while, I think my prediction all along has been the Chiefs to KCK over at the Legends area and the Royals to Washington Square Park. I will say this, my brother and I, we were downtown a couple of weeks ago. I've drove by Washington Square Park many times, but I've never paid attention to it. And I looked around, and I don't like that area. That is not a sizable area. Sam McDowell even said this on a local radio station around 810 recently. North KC, I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with that venue. Obviously, they have the KC Current there. Doesn't house as many seats. I'll be actually at a KC Current game later this summer, thanks to my friends over at SeatGeek. But I'll get a chance to look at that area and see what it's all about. But I'm telling you right now, if I don't care where the teams go, as long as they're in the Kansas City area. Some of you guys are Team Missouri. Some of you guys are Team Kansas, anti the other state. Not me. I don't care about that stuff. You guys subscribe to that stuff. But if you're on the Team Missouri, boo Kansas camp, sorry, today's a really bad day for you guys. That is a terrible day for those that absolutely want the Chiefs and Royals to stay in Missouri and avoid Kansas at all costs. Today was a bad day for the state of Missouri. We'll see what happens. All right. I am not anticipating doing another podcast for the next couple of weeks. Next week is my birthday. And then shortly after that is Memorial Day weekend. That is kind of my favorite time of the year because I get to unwind, relax. It just so happens that usually my birthday and Memorial Day weekend are on 2 different weeks completely. They're on the same week. So it'll be kind of nice to get several days off, just chill out, relax. We'll still be doing content on here. We'll still be doing video reels, but there won't be any live podcasts or any kind of live streams. So do not expect any of that. We'll be back the final week of May or first week of June. That is when we're gonna return the Chiefs Zone will be back. By the way, I will say this. I'll tease you guys a little bit, and thank you all for all the birthday wishes there, early birthday wishes. I'll give you guys a little inside note on what to expect with this podcast, because I was on the phone with a Chiefs legend. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'll tell you he is a Chiefs legend. I'll give you one hint. He played defense for the Chiefs. That's all I'm giving you. We had a nice little conversation, pretty short, but a good conversation. Really nice guy. He is going to be on the podcast whenever we come back after our hiatus for a couple of weeks. So I am very excited to have this Chiefs legend on. Who is it? Take a guess. You guys will find out in just a couple of weeks. So appreciate all. Oh gosh, I see all the comments here. Thank you all. Thank you for all the early birthday wishes. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I think Samuel says his birthday is on Memorial Day weekend. Well, happy early birthday to you as well, Samuel. Big thank you to all of you for watching and tuning in to the Chiefs Zone podcast live on Facebook and YouTube. If any of you guys tuning in live missed any part of this live stream, you guys can check it out. It'll be archived right away. It'll also be posted up soon on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere, where you can download or listen to a podcast. Also, quick reminder, if you guys haven't done so already, go check out the giveaway I am doing. We are giving away a signed Deron Cherry football, a football signed by Deron Cherry. And if you guys saw the picture that they posted on their social media, we also got a signed jersey. When is that going to be given out? I'm not exactly sure. It is only an Instagram giveaway for now, but I'll tell you guys this, because I see this with popular demand. There will be a Facebook giveaway of another signed Deron Cherry football. So stay tuned for that. We listen to the people. We also got to abide by certain restrictions on social media. So that is something we're always trying to work around. But hey, we do what we can here. So make sure you check that out if you haven't done so already. It's the pinned comment on my Facebook and Instagram, so you can't miss it. Go check it out. I'm Farzin Vousoughian. Thank you all. Enjoy the next couple of weeks. A belated Happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there. And have a great Memorial Day weekend. Have a great start to your summer. I'll talk to you all in a couple of weeks. Peace out.